Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Rants About Tech Alive for this Monday, February 3rd. It is today. I think it is. I'm waiting for a couple people to get into the chat here, so we're just going to talk about. I guess we'll do promo stuff right off the top. That's what we'll do. I mean, why not? If you know, if there's nothing to really hit on. So off the top today, not a bad day in Philly, but it could be better. It could be better. The sun's not out totally, but it's not totally gray. It's not freezing out, so that's always a good thing. I mean, it's cold, but not freezing. So you gotta love that when it's cold but not freezing. What else we got here today? Off the top, we can go over a couple of the national, international holidays we got going on today. Mexican Constitution Day, 1917. Mexico wrote its constitution. It's a holiday over there today, so good luck to you guys. Have some fun celebrating your Constitution Day. National Women's Physicians Day. I mean, we're celebrating women's physicians, so if you have to turn your head and cough today, thank your doctor if she's a female today. So we're celebrating women physicians today. Saint Brigid's Day. It's an Ireland holiday. Oh no! I said Saint Bridget's Day. It's an Ireland holiday, celebrating the Saint Bridget. We got Bangladesh, a holiday in Bangladesh, Saraswati Puja. We got Saraswati Puja going on in Bangladesh today. I just like the way Bangladesh sounds. Bangladesh just sounds cool, so you got to give it up to Bangladesh whenever you can say the word Bangladesh. Good stuff. Goddess of Knowledge, I guess, is what they're celebrating over there for that. So big up to you guys. Do your thing over there. We got a few things to talk about in the techosphere today. I mean, there's a few things, not a lot. Mr. Media, what's going on, brother? How you doing, Aaron? Good to see you. There's not a lot going on in the tech world, but we got a few things to touch on. Good video, by the way. I checked it out. I mean, I think I left you a comment on it too. So, dude, that was a good 10.3 outline video. I appreciate that. What else we got here? Let's check it out. The first thing I wanted to talk about, and well, it's what everyone's talking about, right? It's DeepSeek, more DeepSeek news. I mean, there was a couple things I had said about DeepSeek last week, actually. Morning, Greg. How's it going? Glad you could join us. Let's get the air horns going for you guys up in here. we're giving everyone a chance to kind of funnel in before we get into the eInk stuff. Well, we don't have eInk stuff, but we're gonna talk eInk, obviously. So yeah, the first thing is like I had a couple of opinions about eInk. And it was a I didn't talk favorably about it, and I still don't have a favorable attitude towards DeepSeek. Let's actually get in here real quick. I still don't have there's no love for DeepSeek, but I've changed my attitude towards them a little bit. And we'll talk about that. Let's see here. So DeepSeek is another Chinese AI model that's come out of the blue, that's kind of disrupted the market a little bit, and that's kind of why I'm okay with it. Like, oops, whoa, wrong thing. That's kind of why I'm okay with it. Because it's come to my attention that it's free, so that always helps. Let's see if we can get this camera on over here. It's come to my attention that it's free, so that always helps the situation. It being something that you can have instant access to, that everyone has access to. eInk, how's it going? Good morning. Let's get the air horns going for eInk too. I appreciate you for coming through. So, oh boy, why did it do that? So actually, let's put this on the same screen so it doesn't do that. Bam. There we go. All right. So the big thing here was that I learned a couple things about the pricing and nature of the thing. So I don't agree with the thing, but now I'm at least okay with the nature and the cause of the thing being around. So I don't trust it. Period. Let's say that right off the top. I don't trust it at all. But the fact that it's open source, which is a fact that I overlooked before when talking about this, has changed my mind about this particular model. I'm thinking, okay, if they're doing anything malicious, it's going to be in the code. Morning, Lau. How's it going? Glad you could join us. Let's get the air horns going for Lau here. So I thought, if it's going to be like something malicious, we're going to see it in the code. Cool. That was my gripe. I mean, they may be keeping info, they may have backdoors, but as far as the actual code goes, we'll see if there's anything malicious going on with that. And since it's open source, like, there would be no reason to do that because it's going to get found out, right? So, and it's free. So their models are free. The code is open source. And I'm just like, okay, like, I'm quasi okay with this now. Like, I'm quasi okay with it, and I'm okay with it because of the implications of their modeling and being. In fact, let's go over to DeepSeek open source. Did I spell that right? Maybe. Yeah. So DeepSeek is definitely open source. Yeah, here we go. Open source models. So DeepSeek is definitely open source. Anyone can get their hands on DeepSeek, the actual source code of it, and use it, change it for their own uses, go through the code and like see how it's like it's there for you to deal with if you are inclined to deal with it and work with it. You could. So that has changed my mind. Now, I think it's good for the industry for that reason alone, because now it's putting pressure. See, this is like let's get in here. This is my problem with where AI has been going. Essentially, is that it seems like AI has been going to this like even. It was expensive to start off with because it's another bill and subscription you have to pay. It's not something you just buy. You have to sub to it. So you can never have it. Well, now you can with the open source code coming from the people at DeepSeek. You can have it now for yourself. But before this moment, you couldn't have AI to yourself. And it was just becoming a more and more ever increasingly expensive thing, um, at a exponential pace, and mind you. It was just becoming one of those things. Um, and for me, I just thought AI, good AI, is going to be for the very rich and the very rich alone. It's going to be like how concerts are now and live sporting events. They're for the very rich now. I don't know if you know that. If you've been to a live concert of someone really good, like I mean, we'll say Taylor Swift, but it doesn't have to be her. I mean, Kendrick Lamar, Dolce. I know these people won last night. That's why I don't know. I'm just repeating what I saw on the award show last night. So if you go see anyone huge, it's like you're gonna pay a pretty penny, and that's how. And it's like become out of reach for like the average fan, of the sport or the artist. Um, so I was looking at AI like that's the way AI is going to go. AI is going in the way of being out of reach for the average consumer, or the small business. You know what I mean? Like they're gonna be so disconnected from what's possible, um, because of the divide that's being created. But this kind of levels the playing field. Like I don't agree with DeepSeek is how they're doing it, and I don't trust what they say honestly. But their mere presence in the space has been a disruption, and that I agree with. That I think was a necessary evil, if you will. Let's go to the chat real quick. We got Greg says Supernote organization is amazing. Finally learned how to use it this weekend. Get by Boox. Ooh, powerful statement. We'll talk more about that. Lau says it could be trained with biased data. Definitely. And then it would generate biased results. In terms of security, though, I can't think of what can go wrong if someone is using the open model on a local machine. And that's another thing. Them having the ability to run models locally on your own device, right, or own machine. An open source model that all the yeah. It's to me right now. I'm okay with that aspect. Now, that says nothing though of their ability to collect data from you and do whatever they want with that data. Now, that's an entirely different conversation. And that I am still skeptical, and the jury is still out on. But as far as the actual code, and that was a concern of mine too, the actual code of the model, or being able to see the model's logic and being able to train the model differently, or even be able to look at it and see how the models were being trained. I mean, that's something you can tell as well. So these are things that's just like, they're not a concern for me anymore. I'm just concerned about the data collection at this point. But anyway, I thought that was a very interesting turn of events, and that for me to find out. I mean, I think that was always the case, but I didn't know that it was open source. So yeah, that levels the playing field when someone comes along and says, okay, these companies are doing the AI training for. They're doing the AI training for. I mean, if we're talking about OpenAI, I mean, we talked about Stargate on the show not too long ago, and Stargate, if you missed that live show, was talking about OpenAI's partnership with SoftBank and Oracle in building new infrastructure for AI training, model training, databases and such. They're talking about spending $500 billion of money. I mean, and if you look at that $500 billion, you look at how much DeepSeek say they spent on their models. Even if it's not totally accurate, I can't imagine it being 500 billion. They're saying, I think, what are they saying? 55 million. Let's take a look at this. Oh, 500 million, not 55 million. So 500 million. Oh, no, no, no. It says estimates could be as high. But what did they say? I think they said 6 million, 5.5 million. So it was literally less than 5 million, because I remember now it was 5 point something mil that they said that they spent on training the model. And so I'm just thinking to myself, okay, if they spent that kind of money training the model, and OpenAI is about to spend 500 billion, you know what I mean? There's a disconnect in how much money they think needs to be spent for AI. And so, again, which I explained in another live, that's what kind of led to the market crashing, because people were like, okay, if they can do what you can do for a fraction of the cost, why do you need these hundreds of billions of dollars that we're investing? So anyway, yeah, so now that levels the playing field, because now OpenAI, I don't think they can get away with selling their models for $200 anymore. I mean, I don't think that's going to be a thing of the past. I mean, if they're smart, they won't be. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, Lau says the actual code is just model weights. I think a bunch of numbers after all. Well, I mean, all code comes down to a bunch of numbers. But I see what you mean there, and I didn't know that. Interesting. I'll have to do some research on that. I thought it was a little more intricate doing AI engineering. Interesting though. Interesting. Okay, so the point here being that it's going to change the market, and the market won't become this like prices won't become like so sky high and balloon to a point where it won't be affordable for most people, and like smaller businesses, and that's kind of what I'm concerned about. Small businesses, we need access to this stuff too. But yeah, I thought that was super interesting, and I definitely wanted to touch on that. So there we go. Another thing with DeepSeek, let's get all the DeepSeek stuff out of the way right now. DeepSeek versus Qwen. So we talked about Qwen, I think 2.5. We talked about Qwen. We talked about Qwen. We see here that it definitely won. We talked about Qwen, which is Alibaba's AI. We talked about that last week sometime on one of last week's shows. And I brought up Alibaba because I thought, let's go to the top here. I brought up Alibaba because I thought, this is crazy how now everyone has an AI model, right? Like it looks like, and if you don't know who Alibaba is like an international Amazon, essentially. But and it's not like crazy, I guess, because Amazon has their own AI too. You know, I mean, Amazon has rockets, I think now. If I'm not mistaken, I think they got rockets too. But anyway, it's just amazing to me that everyone has AI now. So that's the future we're living in. So Alibaba, essentially an international Amazon, has their own AI model called Qwen, which I thought was interesting. We talked about last week, and now one of my favorite sites, Tom's Guide, went and tested Qwen against DeepSeek, because both of these models are super cheap to make. Like, I think Alibaba was touting Qwen as being even cheaper to make and to like run than DeepSeek. So yeah. Anyway, it's getting crazy. It's getting scary. So we got DeepSeek, a Chinese AI startup founded. Well, let's skip through the pleasantries we hear. They basically tested the AI in a few different categories. Current event analysis. Basically, the prompt summarized the most significant AI developments in the past 2 months and predict their potential impact on society. Include the last 3 examples and cited sources, and that's what I'm reading from right here. Let's see, DeepSeek. Well, let's see who won that. Well, I guess they don't. I mean, they don't get into who won the actual individual things here, but let's just go through a couple of these real quick. R1 says, really, it seems to already report a busy server whenever I attempt to do a live search. However, this time it did offer concise information. Let's just highlight this with a clear structure. It also went beyond just listing AI advancements and tied them to real world effects. Qwen offered a more engaging response with headings, which made the pointers easier to skim. The sections flow well into each other, and it explained how each advancement worked instead of just listing its impact. They don't let us look at these prompts all that well right here. Okay, we can kind of see it a little bit here. How AI presents information is kind of important to me. If it presents it in a way that's easy on the eyes for me, and bullet points. I love I love bullet points. So that just makes it easy for me to see things. I don't know why, it just does. So how AI presents information is important to me. Claude, the one reason I don't use Anthropic's Claude is because it presents AI in the most boring way. It may be good. I'll never know because I don't want to read it. But just saying, the way it presents it looks nice, and that's one of the reasons I like Gemini as well. But here, I mean, I don't think one looks better than the other, honestly. Yeah. I mean, I see bullets there, but I don't think one looks better than the other. All right. Let's get to the nitty gritty down here. Overall winner Qwen. Let's see here. After comparing Qwen 2.5 and DeepSeek across multiple test prompts, Qwen 2.5 emerges as the overall winner due to its superior clarity, depth, reasoning, creativity, and transparency. With well-structured and more detailed responses, Qwen 2.5 consistently provides deeper analysis with well-organized sections, clear explanations, and logical flow. Whether discussing historical events, AI, personhood, or self-awareness, its responses are thorough and easy to follow. Okay, I mean, and this is coming from Tom's Guide, like I mentioned before, and like just a site I trust their opinion on things and how they do it. But yeah, it's very, these things are all good. Like I said, I think AI is to a point to where we can agree that it's all good right now. It's right now we're just picking which one we'd rather deal with. Presentation is going to be a big thing. You know what I mean? Like I just talked about, how you want the information presented to you and how it most helps you. That's going to be big now. Because all these models are getting good, all these models are getting super cheap, and with tests like this that's proving even the cheapest of models. And from what I understand, Alibaba's model is the cheapest of the bigger models that we've been talking about from bigger companies. I think there are some small companies that make AI models that are free, but as far as what it took to make it and cost per query, things like that. Very interesting that these are two really, I think, they're free to use and really cheap to manage models that are going to dictate what things are like going forward. And like I said before, I just don't think that OpenAI and Google is going to be able to charge what they have been charging for things if these models that cost us nothing to use continually to keep pace with what these American AI companies are doing. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be interesting. At least we won't see that divide. That I was hoping wouldn't happen. So that's the important part here. All right, let's move on to some. What do we got here? Actually, let's pause for the cause real quick. Jeff was talking. Gregory was talking about the Supernote and the organization for the Supernote. Oh boy. Thank you. All right. What did you like the most about the organization there, Greg? I'm interested to know that. Before we move on here with the tech stories. I would guess that my favorite feature for organization on a Supernote is the quick access menu. That's my favorite feature. So if you have a different one that swayed you, like I want to know what that is. That'll be super interesting to know. Or any other eInk news you guys want to jump into real quick. If not, we'll jump back into the tech stories that I have queued up to talk about. Things that I've been interested to look into and talk about. Mr. Mike, what's going on? Listen, I'm not that smart to program an AI model, and I don't even have the time to try to get that smart. But you know what? When it comes time for me to put AI on the site, and I'm sure it's going to be time for me to do that at some point here. I'm making some agents for eInk related stuff, which I think would be pretty cool. But yeah, so at some point I'm going to have to put AI on the site. I don't know who to go with. My intention, my first inkling would be to go with Gemini. I just don't know. Like right now, I might go with Azure, Microsoft Cloud Service, because they got R1 and it's free. It's cheap. But you know what? I could just download that and just use it myself and just have it. So we'll see. BM, how's it going? Let's get the air horns going for BM. Greg says, mostly to do. I've already had the same core issue with all of the eInk tablets. I've used Remarkable and Note Air. I write a note and it's basically gone. Gotcha. Yeah, I really do like the quick access menu on the Supernote as far as organizational tools go. It's just a lot of indexing going on right there, and I like it. Ola says real quick, and Ola to you. Says quick, what are those you are wearing? Are they AI glasses? Yes, these are Meta Ray-Ban glasses. I love them. I wouldn't even be wearing glasses if it wasn't for Meta coming out with the Ray-Bans like this. Things I use have to be multifunctional. I can't just wear glasses just because they allow me to see. That's not enough reasoning. That's not enough function for me. Like, what else can you do? Nothing? Okay, I'm good to go. But glasses that can have headphones in them? That means I don't have to carry another set of headphones with me? Cool. That means I can just instantly hear stuff and the world around me while I'm doing stuff outside, because I like to do stuff outside. Good to go. It's got to be multifunctional. So these are multifunctional. They allow you to see things, but they have cameras and they can see themselves, and microphones and headphones, and they got AI. It's okay AI. It's good enough AI that I can look at a book and say, hey, summarize this for me. A magazine or something even I'm reading. Like right now, I could probably ask it to summarize what it's seeing, and then it'll give me a summary. But it's done that. I ask for a summary of things I'm reading. Sometimes it'll give me a summary of things I'm holding in my hand. The cameras are really good. The AI is pretty good too. Greg, aka Gregory, says tags were never intuitive enough to use. Headers are way better than tags in my opinion. I still wish. You know what I don't wish? I was about to say I wish the Supernote had tags. I don't wish the Supernote had tags. I do wish the Supernote had bookmarks though, and stars. That would be the bee's knees. BM says, can it do languages? I don't know if it can do different languages, BM. I'm not sure. I know that it can. You know what? Let's find out. Let's find out if it can do other languages. Because I'm not sure. But I'm interested to find out now. And what better way and time to do this than live? Gotta do it live. I don't know what the app is. Oh boy. Everything looks weird on my phone right now, so I've been having trouble finding apps. For some reason, the colors of my apps changed one day, and I had nothing to do with it. I didn't even have a say-so in it. It just changed. Headers are great. I'm gonna do a video talking about how to use headers in two different, well, not headers, but how to use a Supernote device in a few different ways. So that should be interesting. I'm looking forward to doing that. Let's see, languages. Let's check it out here. Oh, whoa. Oh, really? Whoa. Oh, okay. My camera just shut off. It thought I wasn't doing anything. It was like, oh, you're not doing anything? Cool. I'll just shut off. Oh, it's still. Okay, let's get this camera working. Oh, that's me. Good to go. Oh, there it is. Okay. All right. So here we go. We got Meta AI. Can we? Language and voice. So there we go. Oh wow. So yeah, we got different languages here. So we got what do we have? We have oh, here we go. So we got English, Spanish, French, and Italian here. Different languages for the AI. So yeah. So it does have different languages. And I would imagine it speaks that language and can understand that language. You know what I mean? Interesting. Okay. Thanks for bringing that up, BM. I appreciate that. Because I had no idea. Samsung phone to translate. Can the glasses do it while or link? So the glasses can translate. Yes. That's one of the features of the glasses. They're coming out with an update to where they're going to do live AI stuff, to where it's just going to always be looking, listening, and whatever, and giving you feedback on the stuff. And that's when I think the live translate is, or the translate is going to get really good, because it's just going to live translate whatever it's hearing into your headphones. I think the microphones are in here, and the headphones obviously are in the frame here. Yeah. Greg says the whole header keyword star system is just so useful. This is exactly what I've been looking for. Yeah. It's very good. Nothing can touch it. Although I will do a video talking about, it's in the list, talking about what Onyx could do to bring itself up to par. To bring itself up to par. They've taken a lot. They've taken a lot of my feedback. I realized that arrow thing was something that I complained about in a video, and they Aaron brought it to my attention that they have it in the software now. I didn't know. I'm like, you know how you get used to using a tool, and you just like, okay, that's how I use that tool, and then they change it, and you're like, I'm just used to using that tool that way. I didn't go to see if there were new things about that tool. So I got caught using the tool the same way all the time, which is not trying to organize it, because when I did my initial video, you couldn't organize tags. Now you can organize tags, which is like the most phenomenal thing. But I went back and looked at my emails right after I did that video. I sent them feedback saying, hey, you should add the ability to organize your tags by the time that or by the order that they exist, right? They went a step further than that. They did that and allowed you to sort it like a few other ways. So, I mean, kudos to them. I don't, like I said, I'm not going to take credit for that. I'm just saying that's just a coincidence. Like I know I sent that into them. I binged Ed videos all weekend. Yeah, Ed is the Supernote master. All right, so let's move on. All right, so the next thing we got here is the Samsung XR headset. So let's take a look at the what we have here for specs with the Samsung headset, because we didn't have any information about that in their recent Unpacked video or presentation. Ooh. So we got details for pricing and specs now. So I thought that would be interesting to take a look at. All right. Actually, I don't think this is more information than what we had initially. Now that I'm looking at it, the headline was misleading as I don't know what. That was clickbait. That was total. Look at this. Samsung XR headset design, features, and price revealed. Really, dude? They got me. They got me. I literally don't think there's a. All right, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Launch date and price. While the headset, let's take a look here. While the headset shown in this video is the unfinished prototype, Samsung plans to launch Project Muhan this year. The showcase its confidence in this headset's capabilities. More importantly, the design and software features we saw may be close to final. The company could be putting the finished touches on the software before its public release sometime this year. As far as the price is concerned, a tipster, come on, my guy. A tipster says Samsung's Project Muhan XR headset will cost anywhere between $2,000 and $3,000. That makes me so mad. They got me. Price revealed. I was like, yes, let's talk about that on live. I'm talking about it on live. Crooks. My God. Okay, anyway. It makes a pretty expensive headset, but still not as much as the Apple Vision Pro, which debuted with a price tag of $3,500. I thought it was $5,000 for some reason. I said that on a live that it was $5,000. Nobody corrected me. So I want to apologize now. It's not $5,000. It's $3,500. That's the same price as something else. That's an interesting number. More details should emerge in the coming months as Samsung continues to work on the product behind the scenes. They totally got me, chat. They got your boy. They caught me slipping. I hadn't had my coffee yet. They caught me slipping. I never get caught with clickbait like that. Not that blatant. That, like, now that I'm looking at that all I would have had to do was look at the date under the headline, and that would have told me everything I needed to know. I'm like, bro, that was like a week ago. Holy. Rat glasses. No. Lots of rat stuff, though. Feet, skin, claws. Feet, skin, claws. Oh, one more. There's one more. Joseph the Spaceman. What's going on, Joseph? Do you guys know of any good e-ink pen for the Boox Go 10.3? Well, Joseph, you come to the right place. We happen to know all about good pens for the Go 10.3 here. We love the Go 10.3 here. Ain't that right, fellas? And ladies, we love the Go 10.3 here. Like, we do. Can anybody suggest a pen to this guy? I would do it. I feel bad, though. I say ceramic all the time. And everyone, like, people, like, lose it. Like, so I won't say it this time. Although I kind of already did. Dude, from what I understand, a really good pen that you can get right now for $24. I actually just bought one. The Scribe pen. $24. Yep. Mr. Mike. There we go. The Lamy is on the expensive side. So if you want something cheaper, that definitely that Kindle Scribe Premium. $24 eBay, bro. Go find them. They got some on sale. All right. What do we got here? What do we got here? All right. So yeah, we got chat. This headline totally got me. So we don't know any more than I knew when I watched the Unpacked event, because I would have guessed. Matter of fact, this whoever this is said 2 to 3. I'm gonna say between 15 and 2. Like, I think this is not gonna be over $2,000. How much is the Meta? The Quest is what, 500? Come on, chill out. They're gonna want to try to be competitive with the Quest, because they're essentially doing the same thing. This is on a higher level, of course, but they're essentially doing the same thing. Get out, Mr. Media. You have a Harry Potter Lamy? I wanted to get one of those so bad when they had those in, the limited edition ones. I was going to say the rat pen, but he said he was on a budget, and I don't want to suggest that if he's on a budget. To me, it is the best pen. If you mix that Lamy with the ceramic nib, oh my God. That is heaven on a stick or a pen. It's however you want to put it. Yeah, so yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. But you know what? You know what's funny though? You know what I've been using lately? You know what? Where is it at? You know what I've been using lately? This thing right here. Let's talk about it. I've been using this lately. I talked big crap about this thing. I'm gonna have to do a video or two just because I talk so much crap about it. I want to redeem myself over it. I mean, I've always liked the way it sounds, but I don't like. All right. The name of this thing is the Samurai. Okay. Now it's okay. I'm sorry. No, it's better than okay. My bad. I'm sorry. I wouldn't disrespect you like that. My bad. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. Okay. So this thing right here, the color. I wish they would. I don't know what color this is. What is this? Is it a champagne? It's like a brown, a better bronze, maybe. It's weird. The color's very weird. It's not black, as we can see right there. It's definitely not black. But I don't know. I don't like the color. Okay, I thought it was black. When they said Samurai and you see this on the site, it looks black. It's not. But the build quality of this thing is second to, like, this is nice. I was about to say second to none, but the build quality of this still can't touch the Lamy. And I'll tell you why in a second here. But this pen is good too. I like it a lot more than I used to. And I'm gonna tell you guys why, because I'm gonna do this. I already wrote the video up for this. This is gonna be a quick video to do. So I'm gonna get that knocked out real quick, maybe over the weekend. But what I've come to notice and like about this pen, I'm going to say this real quick. This is giving away my whole video. I won't even have to do the video now that I'm doing this, which I got to stop doing. I'll be saying too much on the lives and then I need to do the video, but it's already on live. So it's like, why? Anyway, it's this area right here. I like being close to all right, by comparison, I like being close to the tip of the pen. Like, I like my fingers being down here. That's where I feel most comfortable writing. Closest to that. This is a totally different vibe right here. You feel me? This is a totally different vibe. You have to do it and hold it. I'm not going to go into it. I've been appreciating this pen a lot more, though, for what it does. So since we're talking about pens, I thought, I'll bring this up. But I have been using this a lot more than what I thought I would use it. So there is some value in this pen. There is some value in it. It's heavy as crap. It breaks easy, which I'm going to talk about, but okay, what are we doing here? Mr. Mike says, I have it. That's called gray. Dude, that's. If you think this is gray, my beard is gray. I'm sorry. That wasn't good. My bad. All right, so let's get to this next story here. We have last thing here. Last thing here. This is something this is tech, but not tech. It took tech to find this. So we'll talk about it. But I thought this was an interesting story. It's a bit of science, actually. So there is an asteroid that has a 1% chance of affecting the Earth in 2035 or 2036. Let's check this out. I thought this was super interesting. I thought this was super interesting.
A 100-meter wide asteroid called 2024 YR4 has triggered global planetary defense procedures for the first time ever. The asteroid was spotted by a telescope in Chile, and based on measurements gathered so far, it has a 1% chance of smashing into our planet just days before Christmas in 2032.
2032. My bad. And what I heard initially is that it didn't have a chance of smashing into the planet. What I heard, this guy might be a little bit dramatic. It has a 1% chance of affecting the Earth, which means it could do a flyby in the solar system and maybe affect some gravitational field somewhere that has a 1% chance of, and that gravitational field may have a 1% chance of affecting the Earth's orbit or something. This guy's being dramatic, but yeah, you get the point.
TV science and technology expert Dan Riskin says NASA has a plan in place to keep the Earth safe.
NASA did try something to test for this scenario. So we sent up a spacecraft and we basically sent it into an asteroid really hard to see if we could change its trajectory, and it worked better than expected. And so I think that if this thing turned out that it was headed for Earth, one of the options available would be to send up a spacecraft and try to bump it like a billiard ball and change its trajectory so it doesn't go into the pocket.
Didn't we see a movie that did this? Like, we saw a movie that did this. Mr. Mike says it could destroy the moon. Really? I'm gonna have to do some more research on this because, like I said, my initial assessment of this when I first read the story was that it had a 1% chance of affecting the Earth, not hitting the Earth. So this is totally contrary to what I was reading. But yeah, I'm gonna do some more research on this to keep my eye on this, obviously.
Pockets, so to speak, and hit our planet.
Riskin says the asteroid can destroy a whole city, but not civilization. He says it's big enough to take seriously, but not something to worry about right now.
Very interesting. Okay. All right. So, yeah. Oh, wow. Whoa, 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 whoa. Yeah, so very interesting. Wow, yeah, that's going to be interesting. I'll keep my eye on that. Well, I mean, if it is just going to destroy a city, what city? God, come on. Philly's always getting destroyed in post-apocalyptic movies. Come on. Philly's always that place. They're like, yeah, there used to be a place called Philly. It was here somewhere. It was a lawless town. Mr. Mike, I just saw a movie called Fly Me to the Moon, where they, you know, it was funny. I was thinking the movie was going to be about just that, them showing how they faked the lunar landing, and I'm like, oh, because I heard that, and I'm like, okay, well, this is a movie about that. That seems crazy and like irresponsible, but it wasn't. It was like they were making a movie about them attempting to do that and then having a better conscience or thinking better of it and deciding to air the real thing. Very cool movie. It's a cool movie. I liked it. They had beautiful people in that movie. When you got beautiful people in a movie, I want to watch it. So, well, until I realize the story isn't good, and then I'm like, oh, I don't care about the beautiful people then. Yeah, Fly Me to the Moon. Okay, there we go. Fly Me to the Moon. Very, very good movie. Yes, that's what it was. I just saw that a couple of days ago, so interesting. All right, everyone, that's gonna do it for me. I mean, I think that's gonna be the end of the show. I appreciate everyone joining me today. That was nice, concise, about an hour. What I want to do is get a nice, concise, about an hour show in Monday, Wednesday. So the show is going to Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, everybody. So Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 10 a.m. is when I'm going to do the shows. It's going to give me some more time to get these videos out of the door, and to work on some of the testing that I want to do with these instruments. I didn't get the colorimeter. I said the colorimeter. I meant the spectrophotometer. I didn't get the spectrophotometer. They refunded my money. It was supposed to be here Friday. I got an email yesterday like, oh, we're refunding your money. Like, why? What happened? I didn't get an email saying anything. Like, oh. So now I got to contact Amazon to find out what happened. I'm so upset. So upset. So that's on hold. God, I'm so mad. But yeah, on Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So I'll see you guys again back here Wednesday at 10 a.m. And we'll talk more tech. We'll talk more eInk, and we'll get into some other questions and things like that. But as always, until then, everybody, take care. Have a great start to your week. Peace.